Should have been recording that.
Now we're recording. Hey,
Yes.
good morning, David.
Hello, friend. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, this is Stu, and that's David with the crooked nose and the bald head. And
Character building.
So we decided to come up.
Classic looks is what I've heard in the past. Classic.
Yeah. This is a new thing we're trying. I'm here in my office at 4:30 in the morning, and David's driving to work on the East Coast. And we thought we always had these conversations, but we just thought we'd just like start recording them. And it's always like good stuff we talk about. And maybe try to turn this into like a podcast or maybe just like a YouTube episode. And figure we would, if anything, maybe help other people out. What are we calling it? We're calling it Phil in the Storehouse, right?
Phil in the Storehouse.
Faith, family, and financial freedom.
Morning musings by Stuart and David.
Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts
by Stu and David. So David and I have been recently had some not issues, but interactions, both personally through business and then also in our Navy jobs about honesty and integrity. So we kind of wanted to hit on that real fast. We kind of want to keep them short. Integrity is one of our core values, and it's super, super important to us and like basically everything we do. And so I've had some recent run-ins with integrity in the Navy with some of our sailors, and it's kind of become an issue. And David recently had a pretty good conversation with someone asking about our business. So David, I know you started talking to me earlier about it. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, so I think it's important to highlight too that really what kind of prompted us starting this business in the first place was what we perceived to be a lack of integrity and honesty on some of the companies that we were dealing with as far as turnkeys involved. I know for me personally, the folks I dealt with were so dishonest that they easily wrote a $20,000 plus check to me to avoid going to court because they knew how dishonest and how difficult it would be for them to effectively defend themselves. But as we always say, I am eternally grateful to that provider, because if they didn't do that, then we probably wouldn't have been motivated to start our own business. And really, one of our preliminary conversations was one about giving as being one of the most important things, and then two about honesty and how unfortunately that we thought that just being honest and upfront would really be something that would set us apart, and it's turned out to be just a tenet of our business. So all that being said, I had a conversation a couple days ago with a local real estate investor who does flips, and we were talking about another turnkey provider who happens to be an amazing business, but he asked me my interest in investing with that company, and I just expressed that I wasn't super motivated based on the returns that they advertise, and then the fact that part of their business model is a 75% appraisal rate, and so when I start asking more questions about, well, what about the other 25%, they had highlighted that I just would have to bring more money to the table, which again in and of itself is not a bad thing or negative. It's just not the way that we choose to do business, and ultimately that wasn't up front, right? I had to ask some really probing questions to get to that point, to get that information. So all that being said, this individual seemed to be pretty surprised that our 10% cash on cash return factors in everything, all those factors: appraisals, property management, CapEx, all that kind of stuff that we provide on our analysis sheets and those amazing videos that you do on each of our properties builds all that in, and we just want to be upfront and honest. And so it really struck me that how truly important it is, how unique it is. Not saying that we're unique, especially you're not unique, but but the fact that we're upfront and open, and that we're willing to have those hard conversations, especially if we don't have an appraisal come in or rent doesn't come in as expected. I'm really stoked to be partnered with somebody who has the exact same mindset I do towards just being upfront and honest. I think that'll be blessed ultimately.
Yeah. I mean, here's the deal, man. Like, as you know, anyone in business should know that honesty and integrity is paramount to growing trust with your clients, and you know, not just because of that, but like it's the right thing to do, right? Like, you know, so you know, to me, it's like one of the most important things that we can do. I mean, like, as you know, we've lost money on multiple occasions because we were just honest. And we actually, like, remember, like, we didn't sell a house to someone. I told them, like, hey man, we're not going to sell this house to you because there's some issues going on right now. And we ultimately, we lost that client. You know, hopefully he'll come back at some
Right.
point, but you know, we lost a lot of money on that deal. But yeah.
And how often have we talked about that or regretted it? Like I've never thought about it since.
No,
You know,
I think it was the best
clear
decision we
conscience,
made.
and yeah,
Yeah.
it was an easy decision, and at the end of the day, you know, that was not a hard. It would have been a lot harder to sell him that house, and then just, you know, field those conversations, and I think if potentially he never comes back, I would far prefer no relationship or a lost relationship than a bad relationship based on no trust. You know what I mean? To make a
100%.
couple bucks, it just
Yeah.
doesn't. And we sold the house eventually, you know, and I think the person's very happy with that house that ended up buying it, and um, ultimately it was, you know,
Yeah,
it
he's actually about to buy
it
another
was
one
a
from
win.
us.
Yeah, so it's. I think that's a great point. I didn't even think, again, I have not thought about that house since, and that's a great point to bring that up, because I absolutely, that one slipped my mind.
Yeah. And, you know, as I think if anyone's starting to try to grow their business themselves, either if it's, you know, single families or syndications, you know, multi-million-dollar syndications, like trust, right, is one of the most important things that you can do, especially like in like syndication world. You know, if you're raising money from people, man, like I'm not going to give any money to somebody that I don't trust. And obviously honesty and integrity is like, you know, at the forefront of all that. So
Right,
um
right. And another one of our clients recently, I thought it was an awesome conversation. You know, Christian brother, and he runs an online platform. Stu, you know who I'm talking about. He's bought a couple houses. He's about to close on a second one with us. And you know, it was interesting because he said, "Hey, you know, I'm at the point now where uh, we've done this second deal. I think all our future deals will be super quick because we're based on, our relationship is now based on trust, and you guys send me a deal, and I know you've done the analysis. I know you guys are have my best interest in heart. So from here on out, the deals are just, they're just gonna fly." And I was just like, man, I was kind of blown away by the fact that, you know, he brought that up, and you know, I was absolutely humbled by that comment. So I really appreciate him. And then we're now talking about potential of other business ventures with him and his network. And really, he would not have opened those. He wouldn't have opened those doors if he didn't fully trust and believe in us. So it's pretty awesome.
yeah, yeah, that's cool, man. Well, super important to us at Storehouse 310. And hopefully, you know, this kind of gets everyone thinking who's watching this. There's probably going to be like one person watching this, but for that one person, put honesty and integrity at the forefront of your business and the forefront of your life.
Yeah, and I think too, to not miss the opportunity as a learning lesson for those of you that are looking for deals. One, we're not doing this to hype our honesty and to get you to reach out to Storehouse and or anything like that, right? What it really boils down to is to encourage you when deals seem too good to be true. A lot of times they are, and really go with your gut. And if you don't have that trust, if you don't have that as you go into a deal initially, I would encourage you to not even do the deal, and to really do diligence. And if someone's offering a like deal, why not go with the person that you trust that has your best interest in heart? I think that's key, because those folks are out there, and you just got to find them.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. All right. Well, I know you can talk for like 30 more minutes, but if we're gonna like have any type of audience, we probably should like keep this shorter.
Well, and I think that you know, that critical feedback is always important, And
Yeah.
if anybody wants to leave comments or let us know how we could be of more help, please do that. And I would also think that maybe you doing this interview without a camera would be helpful
Oh,
to our audience. Yeah, because
I am wearing a hat to kind of, I still have like the
yeah,
morning wake up face going on.
yeah,
Um,
no, that's true. That's true. It's weird because you have that face at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon too, but it's not important.
All right, this is Stu, and that's David with the crooked nose and the bald head.
Yeah,
We're Storehouse 310, and you guys have an amazing day.
have an amazing day, friend.
See you later.